Tuesday. And also happy, what do we got here? There's a not a weird international holiday, but there's an international holiday that I didn't expect to see today. But how's everyone doing? Sunny day in Philadelphia, as you can see behind me. Let's see if I can scroll up here. What day is it? It's Republic Day in Nigeria. So for those in Nigeria, happy Republic Day. It's like the only thing happening today. So we gotta shout them out today. Good morning, welcome back to the live show. Roger here, Rants About Tech Live. December 18th, 2024. Let's just check out who we got in the chat here. I need to move this chat over, it's not big enough for me. Oh, the music is still on? Oh, wow. Can we change that? Oh, whoa. Oh, my bad, you guys. I thought I had my mic that's set up out of frame on, and it's clearly not working like it should. Is the intro music still on, though? Oh, that live intro music should be still on. My bad, you guys. Good morning. How's it going? So I have to work on my off-screen mic. Apparently, it's good to go. We'll get that fixed up. Let's say how you doing to all the members here today. We got quite a few members in the chat here today. Are we good on the sound now, you guys? This mic should still be working. All right. So yeah, so like I was saying, there's quite a bit of AI stuff out there, and we talked about some of this yesterday. But like I said, before we get into that, let's go ahead and get the air horn going for the members here. We got my brother Larry in the building. We got Functional Doc here. Let's get the air horn going. We got Max in the building. What else we got? We got Kurt. Okay, what's up, Kurt? How's it going? Big up to Kurt. We got, who else? We got The Rock here. How's it going, The Rock? We got a lot of members. What I want to do is shout out the members, too, before we get started here, too. Mike, how's it going? We got Gregory, or Greg, a.k.a. Gregory, in the building. Good morning to everybody. And we got Max, of course. Of course, we got Max in here. You guys were busy before the show started. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys coming and being here with me today. What I want to do also is just take a moment to shout out some of the new members. So let's take a look at this. Oh boy. See, here we go. I should have looked at this. Let's get the correct window up here. That's it. Bam. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the new members we got here. We got quite a few new members here. So let's check out the ones that's been here for 2 days or more. So we got Mike Osmond is not new, right? But Mike's been around, but he's a new member. A lot of members came from Mashup. So shout out to Mashup Mike. Mashup Mike was just gifting memberships a few days ago. So big up to Mashup Mike on the membership gifting. We got Brian Friedlander. And Brian's a long-time watcher of the channel, too, so I appreciate you, Brian. We got Mike, we got Tony, we got Hassan, we got Danielle, and we got Joe, we got Christina, and we got David. So welcome to the membership, you guys. I appreciate all of you. And shout out to all the other members that we have here as well, to the long-time members. I appreciate you guys. Let's get the air horns going, because gotta get the air horns going for the members. All right, you guys. All right, so we're going to be talking about AI again here today. So what I want to do was finish up. Yeah, Mashup Mike's the man. What I want to do is finish up. Let's move this over here a little bit. What I want to do is finish up the conversation we were having yesterday about Google AI. I didn't present. There's a lot to unpack with AI these days. It's so much going on. So what I'm going to do is finish up what I was talking about yesterday. But before we do that, just want to talk about ways to support the channel. We got to pay the bills, you guys. We got to pay the bills. Ways to support the channel. So one good way to support the channel is through memberships, just like we just talked about. Join the membership. It's awesome. These guys are great. Another way to support the channel is through buying t-shirts. So promotional stuff, buy some merch, buy a t-shirt, support the channel. And I really appreciate you for that. What else we got here? Another ways to support the channel. We have super thanks, super chats. So awesome. If you guys get some value out of the stuff, show some value in return. And what else we got here? CES. This is not a direct way to support the channel, but it is something that I'm doing. And I'm trying to drum up support for me going to CES. Yeah, definitely. Match up the likes. Absolutely. But I definitely want to let everyone know that I'm going to CES so that when I start posting the content and everything, I get some support for that CES content. And just to keep that out there so you guys know that I'm doing that. What else? New video out. Shameless plug right here. New video out. The unboxing of the A5X2. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. I'm going to call it a short movie. It's a short film. There we go. I didn't film it in 24p like I would normally do a short film that I would do. If I ever do a short film, it's going to be in 24p. But that's awesome. And it's doing well, so I thank you guys for going and supporting that as well. The first thing we're going to take a look at is Vimeo. We're going to dive right into this Google stuff. So yesterday we talked about a lot of Google AI tools. And today, now what I plan to do was jump into some Anthropic, not Anthropic, but OpenAI today. There's a lot more OpenAI than I thought. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop it up with some of the lesser known AI stuff today. And then I'll bring some Anthropic. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have some Anthropic stuff. But today we're going to finish up Google and touch on some of the smaller AI stuff that I've been unearthing over the last few days. So the first thing is Project Astra. So we talked about Astra yesterday. I think we might have mentioned it in here. Actually, Whisk is something we're going to talk about, but we're going to get Astra situated first. Is Astra even in here? I think we talked a little bit about Astra, but it's kind of a complicated thing with Google because of how Google launches their products. And I don't think Astra is in this. Jesus, so much. They got so many experimental things at Google. So it's hard to know what's going to stay around, what's not. This is going to be big here, these jewels. So if you guys see this, agentic AI is going to be super big. And what agentic AI is simply is AI that uses agents. So automation, just think automation, a task that you do every day at work that you want to automate, especially if it's in the browser. So if you got browser work that you do with spreadsheets that you can do in Google Docs or whatever, agentic AI is going to be huge. So get used to hearing that word, agentic AI. It's automation essentially. And that's controlled by these jewels here. And jewels are basically agents that you create. You create agents that do specific tasks. We'll get into that a little bit too, but I have to dig more into that to get some time with it. All right, so we'll dig into Astra first. All right, so basically what Astra is let's sign up with Google here. Well, they actually a lot. All right, so essentially, what Astra is let's take a look at my notes here. So, it's AI vision and hearing. So Project Astra is essentially just software that Google is building that can sense what you're seeing and what you're hearing and put that into context for you, and whatever task you might be doing, right? And Astra, whoa. So it's asking me a lot of Astra specific tools. So let's just go to demos. So, man. So essentially what's going to happen is this piece of software is going to be put into anything Google builds that senses what's around you. So if it's sensing what's around you, think AI glasses, think AR glasses, think VR AR headsets, think your phone's camera and microphones. So Astro will be able to run on your phone. It'll be able to run on glasses like the Meta glasses I have on right now, and essentially continuously receive a stream of video and audio to process, in case you need that information for whatever you're asking it. Let's take a look here. So this is a deep mind project here, and real time.
Okay, let's do some tests.
So this was when they
you
first
see
talked about
something that
Project
makes
Astro.
sound.
This is it using a phone.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
And essentially, well,
What
we'll
is
get a
that
feel for
part
it
of
right
the
here.
speaker called?
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
Give me a creative alliteration about these.
Creative crayons color cheerfully. They certainly craft colorful creations.
So you can see it's continuously looking at what she's looking at. Well, what she's pointing the phone at, mind you. But if they were glasses, it would be continuously looking at what she was looking at, right? So let's continue this demonstration here.
What does that part of the code do?
This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use AESCBC encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, IV.
Now, this isn't especially impressive when you think, we can do that now. You can take a picture with your phone and that picture will be processed by AI and it'll tell you what's in that frame. But this is live, right? This is like live conversation with video, right? So that's the main difference here. Because I can do that with the Ray-Ban now. Like I can look at something right now and like I've done a demonstration. I'm going to put this in a video when I do the Ray-Ban video where I was looking at a book and just reading a book. And I just thought, okay, let me see if Meta can summarize this for me. And just looking at the book, I asked it to summarize it and it summarized it. It could see the text. The text wasn't very big. We're talking about a book and it wasn't very big text, but it could read the text and it summarized the whole paragraph or 3 paragraphs for me. So it's like I said, we can do those kind of things right now with just pictures, right? But this is happening live with live visuals.
That's right. What neighborhood do you think I'm in?
And this is especially useful for situations to where you don't, right now we have to take a picture, let the AI process it, somehow get that picture to the AI, right? So whether it's opening the AI app, taking a picture with the AI app, and then asking the question, right? So this takes a lot of that friction out of the process. When it's live like this, you don't have to take a picture, let the AI process it. You just ask the question about what you're seeing, right? It's a lot less friction in this process, a lot more efficient. So that's the takeaway I'm getting from this Project Astra is that it's taking a lot of the friction out of getting AI answers for what's around you.
This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
Now that is a really important key right there. The fact that in showing it live images and it's just taking everything in real time, it could scrub its memory of what it's seen for an item that you're asking for. That's impressive. That's very impressive. So that's Project Astra right there. And that right there is just a software, right? That Astra is just a software that is the sensing of your environment, hearing and seeing what's around you. The other component of this Google Glasses thing, which is what let's take a look at this. So basically this software is going into a pair of Google Glasses called, what do we got here? What are they calling this headset? It's actually actually in collaboration with Samsung. It's Project Muhan. Let's check it out here. Okay, maybe that's two. Yeah, it's two O's. All right, there we go. So this is a pair of headset. This is a headset that's going to be out from Samsung. It's a collaboration between Google and Samsung. So it's using that Astra software that we just talked about, along with the XR operating system. So we talked about the operating system yesterday. Morning, Dan. How's it going? So we talked about the XR operating system yesterday. So XR is the operating system, kind of like the Vision Pro has Vision OS. XR is going to be the OS for this headset right here. And that operating system is going to have software in it called Astra, which is what we just looked at. So the operating system is XR. Some of the software that's in the XR operating system is called Astra, and that Astra is going to be able to sense what's around you, and give you data when you need it about what you want it for. So that's the interesting thing about this. It's just a headset. I'm more interested in the glasses that they're going to do. They're going to do a pair of glasses as well, and they're AR glasses. They're not like these goggles that kind of surround you, a la Vision Pro, in a 3D AR environment. The glasses are more just augmented reality that shows you bits and pieces of information in your line of vision, right? So let me I think we saw an example of that yesterday. But just to finish up the thought around Astra, because I got kind of mixed up about what Astra actually was yesterday, and I wanted to put that into some context here today. So it's software that's going to be in this Project Muhan headset here from Samsung. And let's see what else we got here. I think let's look at the Google glasses here. See that tech. So there's a project a long time ago, like 20 years ago almost, called Project Glass. And Google made a pair of glasses called Project Glasses. And I think this is it right here.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
I know. All right, so this was one of the glasses that they produced, right, from Google. Super ahead of its time. Super ahead of its time. This thing is, like I said, it's almost 20 years old here. It was expensive. It didn't work exactly as they wanted it to, but if that thing came out today, it would sell. If this thing came out today, it would most definitely sell. But anyway, Google has a pair of glasses that they're touting now. And they're basically, they look like a pair of glasses. So this is what they do right here. We looked at this graphic the other day. So they just put basically a small AR window on in your line of vision, so you can see pertinent information. But I had a picture of what those glasses looked like. They don't show them here. Let's see if we can get a view of what they. Yeah, there we go. Well, they're not exactly like that, but they look like these. Can we get rid of you? Okay. Okay, never mind. That's not, that wasn't the story I was looking for. All right, but essentially they look like a pair of these right here. They're not very small. I'd much rather the Meta Ray-Bans. Meta Ray-Bans are from Meta, so it's like a known glass eyewear company. And they're small. They still look like the form factor of like normal glasses. So I would much prefer the AR, even though it's limited in these small glasses like this, versus like something like this, which is just like unwieldy. So that's my take on the Google Astra. So I just wanted to kind of finish up that thought from yesterday. and talk a little bit more about what that Astra actually is. It's just environmental sensing technology that they have for AI, and they're putting it in a pair of glasses there. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, what we got? The Apple Intelligence. So a lot of people were waiting on Apple to bring out their Apple Intelligence. And a lot of what I was getting, let me just search this stuff up. A lot of what I was getting from this was that it's fragmented. Like, I don't have the iPhone. And some people who are in the chat can speak. Maybe if you can speak to this, if you have the iPhone and you tried the AI in the iPhone. From what I understand, it's fragmented in that it's not like the AI that they added to the phone is everywhere. From what I understand, the AI is it's in different parts of the operating system. So some apps have some parts of the AI, other apps have other parts of the AI, but no particular app has every facet of the AI that Apple has put into the phone, which I think is a misstep. One of the things I thought they were going to do was make their AI like pull information from all apps, so all apps would have all other app information available to it, kind of, if that makes sense. So your contact list would be available to your email app, and the email app information would conversate with your calendar. So all of those like internal apps would share data, and when you use AI, it didn't matter what tool you were using or app you were in, you can use AI and it would pull data from anywhere that you had that data on your phone. But I guess that's not how Apple is doing it right now. And that's what I thought they would do. So if anybody has any information on that, that would be kind of cool. So the take right now is that the Apple AI is fragmented. And let me see if we can find some more information on this. Apple Intelligence, there we go. Another thing was that the summaries. So I found a story yesterday. Let me see if I can find it here. The summaries, I guess, were having issues with Apple AI in summarizing text and emails wrong. Larry says, when you compare it to the presentation hype, it mostly sucks. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and doing a lot of reading on it, and the general consensus is that it just gets summaries wrong. And so much so that it summarized an article because it has the AI summarizing most of the content on the phone now. And I think it was the journal. I think it was the journal that it summarized an article wrong. No, okay, it was the BCC. So it looks like it says the BCC has filed a formal complaint after discovering that Apple's AI-generated summaries falsely attributed fake news to its name. The issue came to light when an AI summarization tool incorrectly claimed that Luigi Maggione, charged with the murder of United Health CEO Brian Thompson, had died by suicide. So that's what the AI summarized from an article that the BBC wrote, and the BBC is like, we didn't write that. That was not in our article. So, I mean, I want to talk. The thing is, I want to talk about Apple AI in a sense that what it does and what it doesn't do, right? But when I went to go research, this is all I found. No one was talking about how they're using the Apple AI. As a matter of fact, people, let me see if I can find it now. People were talking about how much they don't use the AI and how not useful it was. So, and Siri being one of their biggest AI draws, right? They wanted to like make Siri this AI assistant, and they put a lot of time into it. But it looks like Siri gets used the least amount as far as the AI is concerned. I saw a poll. I saw a poll that was put out recently. Let's see if I can find that poll here. Yeah, the poll cited that out of all the AI features, Siri gets used the least on the iPhone. Whoa, what do we got here? All right, so I can't find that poll right now. Maybe 2024? All right. Maybe not. But I found the article that mentioned that, and it was super interesting that one of the biggest draws in the iPhone, which was Siri, and what they put so much time and effort into, wasn't even getting used. I should start bookmarking these polls. My bad, you guys. One day I'll have like an organized show where everything's bookmarked, and I'll come on here with a list. We're getting it to that point. We're not there yet. We're getting it to that point, but we're not there yet. But definitely check that out. That's. But this is all the news I've been finding on Apple's AI when I went to go do research, was just not how people were using it, but how people weren't using it. And the problems that it was having. Let's go to the chat real quick. Joshua Yoshi says, "Can I use Microsoft Office on Supernote? I'm trying to decide Boox 10.3 or Manta." Did we get an answer for him for this? Okay, Yoshi, at present with Boox and Microsoft apps. What do we got here? Can you use Microsoft Office on Supernote? Yeah, Microsoft. You can't use Office, but you can use Microsoft Word natively on the Supernote. Am I right about that, chat? I'm almost certain that you can use Microsoft natively. Not the Microsoft Suite, but just the word processor. Microsoft Word. There we go. I think you can use Word on the Supernote natively, which is a very cool perk for the Supernote. Larry says, "I don't know if the developers are using app integrations, which is supposed to allow the AI to speak with other apps. I don't think they have that available yet. They're rolling this AI out on Apple really slowly. And they're making a big deal out of a lot of stuff. Like their Me Too features that are in Apple AI. Like a lot of what I read was they're just adding, okay, we can do image generation. Okay, image generation has been around for a while. And they're like, okay, we can take pictures and make AI generated stuff from it. Okay, that's been around for a while. Oh, we can summarize your emails for you in text messages. Well, that's been around for a while too. So a lot of what Apple's doing is Me Too stuff. Like we're catching up with what the rest of the industry has been doing for months, almost a year now. Yoshi says, "I currently have Kindle Scribe and want to either get the Boox 10.3 or Supernote Manta." If you want to use Word stuff, like all of Word, I'm not Word, but if you want to use Office stuff, they go 10.3, bro. The Manta's good if you just want to use Office, if you want to use Word. But they're both better than the Kindle, so you're getting an upgrade no matter what. Yeah, Dan agreed with me on this with the Boox for the Microsoft apps for sure. Mr. Media says, "I only use Siri to set my alarm on my home pod." Yeah, it's ridiculous. And like I said, I wanted to find good stuff about Apple's AI, but everything I looked up, there was not one article or post about people using it effectively. It's just about the problems and how they're not using it. Okay, Max says, "Yeah, Siri and Alexa seem very outdated when you compare to ChatGPT on the iPhone that listens and talks to you like a normal person." Yes, absolutely. With it being, you would think Apple would do a better job with them having it being their product. Larry says intentions. Kurt says yes, it's fragmented throughout Apple's ecosystem. Yeah, and that's all I read. That's every article I read was just how fragmented it was. It doesn't work like I thought it would. Like I was ready to give. I almost went and bought an iPhone. I almost traded in my Pixel to get an iPhone because I was like, oh yes, Apple's saying that they're going to use the data in ways to help you contextually, which is what I wanted. And also on top of that, they were like, okay, we're going to keep your data secure. We're not sharing it with anyone. Your data won't be used to train models and all of that. I'm like, oh, perfect. Cool. Independently verifiable security checks. Cool. I'm with that. But the AI just didn't pan out like it was supposed to. So there's really nothing to talk about on the Apple front with AI. Like legitly. What the heck? There's legitly nothing to talk about on the Apple front with AI at all. So we'll leave that at that. What we will talk about though is what else we got here? We're always taking eInk questions. So if anybody has an eInk type question, this is just me going through some AI because I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. Because, well, first of all, Google just released a whole bunch of AI tools and collaborations with Samsung. So that was one reason I wanted to talk about it. I have been doing some research on it and figured I'd talk about it anyway on the stream. The next thing is that a lot of, not Vimeo, but that new OpenAI video, the AI for the video came out. So a lot of AI tools were just released within the last week or so, which is why I wanted to talk about them. We already looked at Sora. So we looked at I think that probably kicked off our AI venture. So we looked at Sora and videos of Sora. And Sora is OpenAI's, not image generator, but video generator. You type in a prompt and it shows you a video. Let's look at that one more time. And then we'll look at Google's answer to that. Let's go here. Oh, well, that wasn't what we wanted. All right, so Sora video. Let's look at some Sora video. So this is some examples of what Sora can do. So this is, like I said, this is examples of Sora. So Sora can only do 1080p right now. It can do, I think, up to like 20 seconds of video, maybe. So not very long video. You don't get a long time with the video, and it's not very high resolution, but it's pretty impressive. So this is the prompt that was given to it, and this is the video the prompt created. So impressive stuff. All right. So that was what AI or OpenAI released to the public earlier last week. This is right here is Google's answer to that whole thing. So this is VO2. It's in video effects, their video effects software. So Google has image effects, which creates images. They have video effects, which creates video. And they have like music effects, which creates music for you from prompts. Like you can have your own music created. It's wild. But anyway, this is the kind of image quality that VO2 can create. It can create 4K. So up from 1080p on Sora. And you get, what else? There was another advantage to using VO as well. That looks cool. That's a really, wow. This is good. It even like gets a, oh no, it kind of messes up the eyelash at the end there. Good stuff though. But anyway, these tools came out, and I wanted to talk about them. So this, I can't really talk too much about VO. I did sign up for VO, the wait list. So you got to sign up for the wait list to try this. But I haven't gotten accepted to it yet, so I can't talk too much about that. But this is another one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about AI was that this tool was recently released. So we got a lot of recently released AI tools in the last week and a half. And they're all like pushing the technology forward. So the last one I wanted to touch on was the Meta Ray-Ban. And then we'll get to some regular eInk stuff here. All right, so Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So they are releasing an update. Here in 2025. They released an update recently, but they're going to release another update in 2025 that's going to add, let me just search that. Live AI. All right, so they're going to add live AI to Meta Ray-Bans. Let's go to 9 to 5 Google. So essentially what this is going to do is going to turn Meta Ray-Ban glasses into that demo that we saw with the Google Astra. Not too long ago, we talked about Google Astra and how Google Astra is a software that will take in your environment, take in what you're looking at and take in what you're listening to, and then be able to give you responses based on that. That's coming to Meta Ray-Ban. So Meta Ray-Bans will be able to just continuously look at what you're looking at, hear what you're hearing, and then give you information based on that. And remember what you were looking at. So if I were to say something like, if I saw my Lamy on the desk and I went to go do something else, and then I said, hey, Meta, where did I leave my Lamy? Okay. Start listening. So if I say, where's my Lamy, it will theoretically remember where I put the Lamy if it was in its vision and it saw it. Right. So that's the kind of cool stuff that's happening in AI right now, especially with AI wearables. And this is something I'm going to get into when I get to CES this year as well. So I'm definitely going to I'm going to go to some booths and some introductions of new AR, VR, wearable AI technology. So I'll be bringing that to the channel. If you guys are interested in that, definitely get subbed if you're not already. Max says eInk plus generative AI could be good to mine your notes. Yes, not installed on the device, of course. You mean not installing the AI on the device? Meaning it just runs in the cloud then? Max also says 1 to 5 second videos included in the GPT Plus subscription. I get 5-second videos included in the GPT Plus subscription. Okay. That's interesting. 5 seconds. The GPT Plus, I think $20 a month. Is that correct? So that is the extent of the AI that I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to finish up that Google, talk about the Apple, and then talk about the different video choices there. Tomorrow I will be talking about Anthropic. I got to do some more research on Anthropic. One second. They have some interesting software. And to me, Anthropic is more about memory. Like it has the best memory in AI that I know of. And by memory, I mean it can hold the most information that you're sharing with it. So it could probably hold 10 encyclopedias worth of information versus what another AI could hold. Versus maybe 1,000 tokens, 2,000 tokens, or something like that. But the point is, it can hold a lot more information than most other AI tools, and that's what is cool about it to me. All right, that's my AI rant for today. So we're gonna get into the rest of the eInk information and some other stuff that I wanted to talk about. The Remarkable update. So Remarkable released an update that brought shapes, and everyone was kind of excited by that. And I do want to look at that on live. Oh, there we go. Actually, I should probably go get the. Be right back. Let me go get the. I'm gonna go grab the Remarkable 2 here to do the demonstration on. Actually, you know what? We'll do it on the Paper Pro. Oh boy, let's come down here. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. Is that working? Oh boy. Okay, so maybe we won't get the top down. Oh, there we go. Phew. That was scary. All right, so now, let's take a look at this update here. What do we got? So it's update 3.17.0.62. At least that's what it is for me. Let's get down here some more. Oh, my bad, you guys. I am in the beta program. So this may not be available for everybody. This may just be the beta that they're pushing out. Can somebody confirm that, though? Somebody who in the chat who's not in the beta? Can we confirm that? So what do we got here? I really do want to look at the release notes. I noticed a couple of things that they typically don't put in the release notes, but I did notice a couple of things. So it says that we got form fitting, draw and hold at the end stroke to create rectangles, triangles, ovals, circles, and all kinds of boxes. Your pick of the palette. See your color you're using for each writing tool. So that's what I noticed right away. You can see what color your pen is on automatically, which I think is very cool. Standby. Save battery by choosing how long your paper tablet is inactive before it sleeps. All right. I think there may be some more stuff in here too. But let's try it out. Like I saw it, but I haven't tried the shapes yet. And yes, I still have the line in my Remarkable Paper Pro. What do we got here? Can we go? There we go. All right. So let's just try this here. So right here, you can see that they have the identifier for the colors, which I think is cool. Like now you don't have to guess or tap on it to see what color you have it set to. You can just kind of see at a glance here. I think that was awesome. All right, so let's see what we got here. Whoa, that wasn't good. All right. So we'll draw a triangle first. Whoops. Okay, let's see to what extent you have to connect these things. So it'll just connect it for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it kind of knows what you want to do. Yeah, I didn't go far enough that time. Or that time. Okay, there we go. I like that. That's cool. And it also like keeps the style of pencil that you're doing with the, you see how it's darker right here on the curve? I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. All right. Very nice. All right. The guy who was drawing circles every day for like a month to get these shapes in the system, dude, kudos. Appreciate you. You my guy. I'm going to have to find that guy's name and give him a shout out. But yeah, so the circles work really good. And this is another addition here where you can see the colors there. I like that. That's awesome. I think that's all we have. What else did they talk about? Let's check out what else. I didn't notice anything else. Oh, the standby battery saver. Who cares? We'll check it out anyway. Battery. All right, so it's standby. Turn off display after being inactive for 20 minutes. Okay. I wonder if they still have their mode where. Oh, there we go. Okay, visible content. So I forgot what they called it before, but there was a transparent screensaver mode essentially on this device. It wasn't called visible content. That's something they changed it to recently. But show your open document or overview when in standby. So essentially what that will do is keep your information on the screen when the device goes into standby mode. And I think this is, so you can dictate how long it takes before it goes into standby mode. Defaultly, before it was just 20 minutes. You didn't have a choice here. It was just 20 minutes before we go into standby mode, and then it would show your information on the screen if you had that option selected. So this is cool. So I'll put that down to 5 minutes because you can't, I mean, with the Boox platform, you can initiate the transparent screensaver just by turning the device off if you have the transparent screensaver set as your screensaver. And it does the same exact thing that this does. But you can't initiate that on this device. It's triggered only by timer, and it used to be just 20 minutes. Now you can reduce that time to 5 minutes, which I think is awesome. All right, so those are the updates. A few at a time. I like the way they do their updates. It ain't a lot. It doesn't overwhelm you. It's just to give you a few tools. Get used to using those. Then we'll release an update 2 years from now. You'll get a few more tools in a couple years. Let's go to the chat real quick. It seems like such a huge update to me, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's 3 something instead of 4. Yeah. It does seem like a big update. How's it going, Jay? Good morning. Max says, oh, we already got to that one. So yeah, it does seem like a very weird thing to not make more of a thing out of. But Reddit's going crazy over this. But anyway, that's it. That's the Remarkable 2 update that I wanted to go over and just kind of show that. A lot of people have been talking about that and wanted to see it. What else we got here? All right. We have Google. Okay. Next thing we have is the wow, I didn't do it. So I'm not sure if you guys saw this bit of news, but I did want to pass this on a few days ago. There was a phone hack that was done through the US phone service system. Let me see if I can find that story. This was kind of huge because after this hack, the FBI essentially was like, yeah, everyone should get encrypted phones. And the FBI is usually not with telling the public to get encrypted anything because if they arrest you, they want to be able to get into it. They've always been against encrypted communications of any type for Americans. But let's just see. Yeah, I thought it was a very weird thing for the FBI to do. All right, so we have FBI warns Americans to keep their text messages secure. What to know? So I thought this was a weird thing. And the only reason I bring this up is because of the iPhone and WhatsApp, because they're like 2 encrypted forms of communication that people have been sorely against having encryption on these phones, especially the government authorities, like state officials, local officials, and on the federal level. They've totally been against any kind of encrypted communications for the country. But this is, they're recommending encrypted devices, use WhatsApp, use the iPhone. It was an attack on the whole American communications backbone, and I'm not sure what country was doing this, or what group. Salt Typhoon. I don't know what that is. Also, it's basically a China-backed hacker group. So anyway, I thought that was super interesting. How they would suggest that we have encrypted communications. I'm floored by that. So I just wanted to pass that along. If that means anything to you, it means something to you. But man, I thought that was super interesting. We've come a long way when the feds is like, yeah, encrypt all your communications. We've come a long way. Oh boy. I'll get back. All right. All right, chat. It's been a slow day today. I only want to talk about AI today. I only want to talk about AI and get back to 3D printing. Like 3D printing is taking up all of my time right now. So I'm learning how to use this 3D printer. I finally got it set up. Can we see? I wonder if we can see this. No, we can't see it. But I finally got the 3D printer set up. And so I'm learning how to 3D print. I haven't printed anything yet. I'm trying to look for software, and I'm downloading 3D modeling software. So I used to be big into CAD. Like AutoCAD used to be my thing in high school. So that tells you how long it's been since I've done any kind of 3D modeling. Maybe in college I did a little 3D modeling too. Jay says, let's go to the chat real quick. Jay says, it seems like such a huge update to me, and they're just like, oh yeah, it's yeah. Jay says, everybody should use Signal for texting. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I don't know what to make of this. So I got the, as far as the printer goes, I got the Bamboo A1 Mini. I'm printing small stuff. I didn't need a big platform. I didn't need a big platform. And it was super cheap. Like super cheap. This thing was under $200. Like when you get a deal like that, you gotta pull the trigger. So AutoCAD 2, see, Batman. You what? Well, I mean, I was really good in AutoCAD. I was really good. I don't toot my horn in a lot of things, you know, but that's one of the things I will toot my horn at, because like that was the only thing in high school I was good at was AutoCAD. It was so bad till I would skip other classes and just sit in my AutoCAD class. And my AutoCAD instructor, he wasn't an AutoCAD professor. He was a shop teacher, but that happened to teach AutoCAD as well. He would let me skip classes and just sit in there. He's like, listen, I know you're not going to go to any of your classes, and I would rather you be in school than not. So I'll let you sit in here and work on AutoCAD if you promise to do that. I was like, yeah, dude, we're good to go. I don't know how I got to college. I don't know how. Actually, I do know how. That same guy got with a whole bunch of teachers, paid for me to go to like a off-site technology vocational school, and I earned college credits there and got a scholarship to college while I was there. That's how I got to college. If not for Mr. Simcoe, I remember that guy's name. If not for Mr. Simcoe, I would not have gone to college. There you go, some background on Roderick. Anyway, but that's how good at AutoCAD I was. He sponsored me to go to another school to get some like real training on it. But anyway, I got to get back into it. So I downloaded AutoCAD. I'm going to work on that. I downloaded Blender as well. So I'm going to work on that. And I got the software that comes with the Bamboo. I got that software too. It's a slicer. I'm saying words I don't know what they mean yet. It's slicer software to take the 3D model and slice it into segments that your 3D printer can understand. At least that's how I understand it's working. So I've been spending a lot of time with that. So it's A5X2 and 3D printing right now. And writing up, I spent some time writing the overviews too for other products. I got a few products I got to look at. I haven't even opened a couple yet. This is getting ridiculous. But yeah, so not too much today, you guys. I really appreciate you joining me. I don't have a lot. I just wanted to touch on, finish up my AI thoughts from yesterday and talk about a couple of things. Like I said, I'm going to put together a more like structured show. Believe me, next week, this will be a little more structured. It just, I didn't know what I was doing initially when I started this live thing. It just kind of took off for me. But I appreciate everyone hanging out and giving me suggestions. So a lot of those things I'm doing have been suggestions from you guys. So I appreciate that as well. All right. That's what my kid has. The Mini, the A1 Mini Max, that's what's up. Listen, I'm going to be working on this, so I'll get with you. I got your email. I'll hit you up, Max, and we'll talk A1 Mini. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for me today. Let's go ahead and get the outro music going. So that's something I got to get into. I got to remember to get the intro music going. There are things I got to, maybe I need to get a soundboard. If I had a soundboard, maybe that would be a little more easy for me to do. I'll look into that. All right, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate the time. We're going to get into some more AI stuff tomorrow. I promise it'll be a little bit more structured. Maybe I'll have some windows lined up and I could just go to a window, talk about it, and then move on to the next window. That actually is a good idea. See, when you talk things out, in your head and with you guys. Things come out. Good things come out. All right. Yeah. So tomorrow, more AI, more 3D printer stuff, and we're gonna talk more A5X2 because I have a couple of things that I want to bring to light about that because I've been working with it. I've found some things out. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great day, and I will see you all later. Peace.